I have an argument that my wife and I have quite often that I need your help deciding. You can help us decide it in the comments below by commenting in some way.
Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. Bum.
I just had lunch with a pastor here in Greensburg that is not involved in what we're doing with the One Church event or any of the other things. And I've just recently started to get to know this guy and the church and the ministry, and it's not even really a church in Greensburg, but it's in the area and it's close. And he was telling me about things that are starting to stir, and they started to happen about the same time that we started to plan the one event and started to try to unite all the churches, and he's coming from a front where he's doing the exact same thing. So in other words, it was a little over a year ago that God laid on this man's heart and God laid on my heart this idea that we wanted to start pushing the unity in the city of Greensburg, to start to talk about and show the things that we agree on in churches as we blanket our city and our county in prayer, working together for a common purpose. Man, I'm excited about what's starting to happen in Greensburg, and I can't wait to tell you about it all. So sit tight and get ready, because some big things have happened. As part of our 30 days of prayer through our prayer journal, one of the things that we decided to do as churches is to gather together at the courthouse, not to protest, not to wave signs, not to get all excited about anything, and not to talk about what we're against and how we are not liking what our community is doing, but rather to unite on the front with the sole purpose of praying over our city and for our city. You probably didn't even know that it happened. It wasn't loud, it wasn't proud, it wasn't any of that it tends to be sometimes. It wasn't for show and it wasn't for spectacle. But we gathered together on the courthouse lawn Saturday from 9 to 10 to pray about our city and for our city. We believe that there are pressure points, as Pastor Dale led us in this time of prayer that he talked about. There's these pressure points that can affect our city. And so we prayed about those pressure points so that the attacks that maybe come against those would be loosened and their grip would be eased so that our city could go forward.
Pray, turn from their wicked ways and seek my face. I will hear from heaven and I will heal their land. There's a lot about this city that needs God's healing touch. And we can all agree with that. From racial division to drug problems to financial issues. My wife and I, Deb, were just driving up and down Main Street and just looking at all the empty buildings that there are on Main Street. We have the authority to pull down those spiritual strongholds that would keep businesses from coming into the area.
One time of prayer where we gathered and we prayed for the government, all the officials, all the workers, those serving in offices, serving our city in some way. If you're watching this and you are working in the city of Greensburg in some way, I want you to know that we spent time praying for you, praying over you, just asking that God will guide you, bless you, give you wisdom, all those things. So whether or not you agree with those things or not, just know that we prayed over you. Another thing that we prayed about is education. As school starts back, we have colleges in this area and all that is going on. Education is an important part of a community, and it's not something that, I got to be honest with you, that I've ever really thought about or prayed through. And so we spent some time praying for and over the education side of our city, praying that it would prosper, praying that the education would grow, that opportunities would expand, all of those kind of things. Another front that we prayed for is commerce. Once again, not something that I've really spent a whole lot of time praying for, but we spent some time praying that a major employer would make its way into the city of Greensburg, that our downtown area that is full of vacant buildings would be revitalized in some way as new businesses come in and become a part of that. I've never prayed about that, but man, what a neat idea of a major employee coming and helping our city. Those are the things that kind of make our city prosper and that we want to look forward to. The last thing that we prayed about is the spiritual realm, the part that I believe as churches that we're in charge of praying over and kind of heading up. We believe the government handles all of the decisions and all of that, and that should be handled in a certain way. And so when we ask police officers to do their job, they fight crime and they go against the drug dealers and all those kind of things. But there's another side to that, and that is the spiritual side of it. We believe that all of those habits, hang-ups, and things like that there's a spiritual warfare that's involved there. So we spent time praying against the oppressions that may be going on over our city and all of those things. So whether or not you agree with all that, here's what you need to know. We're for our city. We're trying to get involved in our city, and we're praying for our city.
But as churches, and as I'm going to pray about this, as churches, we've given up that legal right. And you might say, how have we given up that legal right? And that's what I'm going to pray about, by reclaiming ourselves first, as getting on one accord, as unity with one another, as giving up everything that's exalts itself against God. Amen?
Not only am I a big advocate of the city of Greensburg and being involved in part of the community and all that, but I'm also a big advocate of food. It's something I participate in every single day, many times a day, religiously. I make sure that I am on a schedule and I eat constantly, and I love the local restaurants in Greensburg. We have some really incredible restaurants, and some of them that I still want to introduce you to if you've never been a part of the city of Greensburg. Hey, chains are fantastic. My wife and I have this discussion all the time. Chains are fantastic. You know what you're going to get. It's consistent across the board. I get all that, but man, the local places, the mom and pop places, the smaller non-chain restaurants, we got some really cool ones. And one of the best ones, when you go to the Courthouse, Sun-Dawg Cafe. Oh my goodness, breakfast tacos, donuts, they got all kinds of incredible things, and you just got to go there and check out what they have, and I really, really encourage you to spend some time down there.
I got donuts. It's very rich, so I can tell you that.
Tell me.
Chocolate pancakes.
What are
With
they?
oatmeal.
They're made with oatmeal? What do you think?
That's what it tastes like.
What do you think?
Guys, I told you would have to stay tuned. Good job staying tuned.
We're at Sun-Dawg Cafe. My order came with this green stuff that, you know, like you make mash up avocados and add veggies to. Nate and I always have this fight about what this is called. Do you guys call this wak-a-molee, or do you call it guacamole? Paxton and I have our opinions, and Nate has his wrong opinion.
Mom team.
Because mom team's the right team. What do you guys call this?
You know what churches have been really, really vocal and loud about over the years? That's what they disagree about. Whether it's disagreeing with society and everybody else, or whether it's disagreements among themselves, churches have become notoriously for fighting and having all sorts of problems inside them. It's time to change that, and it starts with our attitude. So for me, I'm so excited about one event that is coming up September 7th. September 7th, St. Clair Park, downtown Greensburg, from 6 to 8. There are about 6 or 7 churches coming together to put on a night of worship and prayer focused on our city. It's something that I've been passionate about and I've been telling you about. We've stirred it among other churches, and we have a lot of churches involved, and I'm excited about the atmosphere that is stirring and the things that are happening, and this courtyard time of prayer was something that was moving in that direction. So I'm really looking forward to this, but now you can go to onechurchonevoice.com and you can see all the information you need to know about what's going to happen, how it's going to happen, and all that kind of stuff. Find our Facebook page, the One Event Facebook page, which I'll link in the description below. You can go on there and reserve yourself a ticket for this event. Now, you don't have to have a ticket to go, but this helps us to get a count. You know why we need a count? Because one of the things that we're doing from Keystone Church and our part in this event is that we are putting on what's called a random act of barbecue. I'll share that with you in the next video and explain what that's all about. But here's all you need to know right now about that. We believe in giving away free barbecue, not just barbecue like you've seen or anything like that. I'm talking about like what you've seen on TV, smoked for 20 hours, amazing barbecue like you've never had before. It's some of the best you've ever had, and we believe in giving it away for free. So we're going to have on that night, the one event, September 7th, free barbecue, a night of worship and a time of prayer for our city. So if you believe in barbecue, Oh, why would you not? If you believe in worship and if you believe in prayer, I want to encourage you to sign up for one event. As I've told you so many times, and I hope you see it, I am so excited and passionate about what is happening in the city of Greensburg. I'm loving it, and I'm excited about what's stirring in the background. I can't wait to tell you about the Random Act of Barbecue. I can't wait to tell you about the event that's coming up that we're not even a part of, but I've heard about, and I can't wait to just share this other idea of unity that's going on in the city of Greensburg. There's a lot of exciting things, and I'm passionate about it, and I'm passionate about this city because this is my city, Greensburg.